morning and welcome to Living Local 15. Thank you so much for joining me today. First up, I am taking you inside of ForMotion Clinic, formerly SRT Prosthetics and Orthotics, and they're going to show us their local lab and also take us through the step-by-step process of building a prosthesis. Then the City Moms is here to show us some gift wrapping hacks just in time for the holiday season. That and more happening now.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
This segment sponsored by ForMotion Clinic. I am here at ForMotion Clinic, previously SRT Prosthetics and Orthotics. And today I'm going to take you inside of their lab. They have a local lab where they actually make the prosthesis. Now this process is so cool, so we're gonna go on a little journey and you're invited. Let's do it. I am now joined by Matt Roberts, who is the clinic manager here at ForMotion Clinic. Hey there, Matt.
Hey,
good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Okay, so just kind of start from the top and inform us about ForMotion Clinic and how you really provide transformative help to our community.
Okay, so we're a growing O&P company. We are called ForMotion Clinic. We're in the New England area, the Southeast area. We're in Texas. We're in Colorado, Missouri, continuing to grow. And we just want to have a patient-first kind of approach and provide patients with quality devices, improve their life.
Yeah, and you all really focus on so many areas that you can help people with their prosthesis, and it's from the leg, down to the feet and also the upper limb area.
Yes.
And what really sets you all apart is the fact that you have your own lab, and that's what we're standing in today. And so it's kind of cool. You can actually make the prosthesis here. So kind of break down how the lab works and some of the advantages of having one in-house.
Okay, so we cast patients' limbs and we modify molds. We order feet, we order knees. So what we do in here is actually the custom part, which is the interface of the device to the patient's residual limb. So what we'll do is we'll cast a patient in our patient room and we will bring that cast into here, we'll fill it with plaster, we'll modify that mold, we'll then vacuum form plastic to that mold to make a check socket. Then we'll walk the patient on it, we'll continue those fittings, and once we get to where we want to be, we'll laminate. And we're going to show you a lot of those steps today.
Yeah.
But the advantage of having a lab is that we have good quality control because we're local. The clinician seeing the patient can work with the technician directly and provide the best outcome possible.
Wow, and what is that process like? Like how long does it take to develop a prosthesis?
Well, so the fabrication part of it is only a few hours depending on the step that you're in.
Okay.
So if we're talking about modifying a mold, whether that's on the computer or in plaster, that's probably about less than an hour. But when you get to lamination and finishing, that takes 4 to 8 hours for a single device.
Wow, and then being local, having a lab locally probably helps if you have to fix something or make modifications and adjustments?
Absolutely, yeah. We have all the tools we need as a patient continues to come into our office for us to change things and accommodate the patient's residual limb changes. So yes, we have everything we need here and it does expedite the process.
All right, well this process sounds fascinating, so I can't wait to see the steps.
Awesome.
Let's do it. Okay, Matt, we're starting off in this room as the first step, and this stuff looks very interesting, but kind of start from the top.
Okay.
How do you get started with the casting process?
Yeah, so we have the patient in the office. We'll do a selection of the interface between the socket and the patient's limb, so that's a liner we call it. We'll cast the patient over that liner, whether it's with fiberglass or plaster of Paris, which is plaster is like really old school broken bone cast, and fiberglass is more what you see kids with nowadays when they break a bone.
Okay.
So we'll use that to capture the residual limb shape. We'll bring that cast in here, we'll fill the cast with plaster. And then you get something more like this.
Okay, so you actually have one of the pre
Yes, sorry.
casting things.
So
okay.
this is a cast of a patient's limb,
Oh,
and
wow.
we're gonna keep that out. But
Yeah.
so that's
So,
a
okay, you
below
start off
knee
with this.
amputation. So this patient was amputated between the ankle and the knee,
Okay.
and this was a cast taken on that residual limb.
Wow. Okay, so then you bring this in and then you fill this.
Yes, that gets filled with plaster, and that gives you something like this.
Wow. Okay, and then what happens?
So then I use one of these 3 tools, mostly this this slightly curved rasp called a half round, and we use it to reduce the volume of the mold and to create a shape and get the front to back and the side to side dimension of the residual limb that we take measurements during the casting.
Okay.
And we try to get to some target measurements based on those taken on the patient.
Wow.
And so once we get this kind of modified, we'll smooth it so it's really nice and smooth. That way we can see through the plastic in the check socket that we're gonna make.
Okay, that's step 2.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's do check socket. Okay, Matt, so what is the second step in the process?
So we take the modified mold and we put it onto this disc here that's kind of soft so the plastic will stick to it.
Wow.
We put some plastic in the oven and cook it, and then when the plastic is ready, we'll place it over the mold, get it to stick to the plate, and hit it with some vacuum. And that's going to suck the plastic to the mold.
Wow, okay, you're gonna show
Plastic's ready.
us? Oh, exciting. Oh, wow. And kind of tell me, what does this process do?
Well, this is vacuum forming, so we're just trying to get a check socket in the shape of the mold that we worked on in the plaster room. There you go.
Yeah, that has to be really hot.
365 degrees.
Wow. And now you're just shaping it.
Cut the excess off just to make it easier to work with. And then save the fish. And we wait for that to cool and it will harden. So it then we can trim it out.
Did it cool off that quick?
No, it's not cool.
Okay. I was like, you can touch, it's cool to touch.
It's definitely not cool to touch.
Oh, okay.
We just have tough hands because we work with hot plastic all the time.
All right, and then we'll move on to the third step?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's do it. So we've stepped over into the third step, and you are mixing up something. What are you mixing, Matt?
So I'm mixing a resin with a hardener and some black pigment.
Okay, and then you have an interesting contraption.
Yeah, so we use water bottles just so that's just the easiest thing to use. We've taped it to this PVA bag, and we're gonna pour this resin into the bottle, like so. Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Now this is all under vacuum, so once I can untie this.
And kind of tell me, what does this step do?
So this is us making a definitive socket, so a socket that's supposed to last for the patient as long as the socket is fitting.
Oh, wow. Oh, so it's creating its own type of mold?
Yes, so it's basically matching the mold underneath, which is one that we have fit on the patient. So my job in this process is to saturate all the fibers and make sure there's no air in the lamination so that we have a good strong lamination that looks nice.
Oh, wow. And so is that warm? Is the temperature?
It will get warm.
Okay.
Right now it's pretty cool, so you could touch it if you'd like.
Okay, I'm just, oh.
And this bag is actually made of the same stuff that you make like a dishwasher pod with. It dissolves in water.
Oh.
So it allows the bag to stretch so we can get it to fit over a variety of size molds. You don't have to have a very specific size bag for every single build you do.
All right, and just like that. So this is almost the final step, but not
Correct,
quite. So how
yeah.
do you kind of like wrap it up?
So this will obviously heat up and harden. And once this is cooled to the touch, again, we will take this off. We will cut the trim lines out. We'll knock this exterior socket off of the mold that's inside. And then we'll take that into the grinding room. We'll clean up all of the trim lines and make it nice and smooth so it doesn't hurt the patient.
Right. So fascinating.
Yeah.
So cool. Thank you so much, Matt, for showing me.
Thank you for being here.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
If you'd like more information about ForMotion Clinic, we'll have their website listed below, and I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by ForMotion Clinic.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
Enjoy fun in the sun on Living Local 15. Become a tourist in your own city. Visit your favorite spots and have some fun with me. From kayaking to rappelling off a building, I show you ways to have an adventure in Northeast Indiana every weekday morning at 9 on Wayne 15. So join me, Jessica Williams, for Living Local 15.
Watch Living Local 15 with Jessica Williams weekdays at 9 on Wayne 15 and catch past episodes on wayne.com.
Holiday shopping may be underway, but wrapping can be the part that slows everyone down. If rolls of paper, tape, and scissors tend to take over your kitchen table, this segment is for you. We're sharing easy, practical gift wrapping tips that help you present your presents and help you pull them together in a way that works out all in a one-day project. And joining me today is Sarah Harker, who is the Chief Growth Officer with the CityMoms. Hey there, Sarah.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Great to see you. I'm so excited to be here and wrap with you.
Yes. Okay. So this time of the year is my favorite. How about you?
I love Christmas time.
Yeah. The traditions. I like the music, the smells, the what is it? The snow outside.
Oh my goodness, the
that
snow,
we get.
the cooking, the smells from the
Yes.
cooking.
And all like the treats and the sweets. Even though I'm not a sweetsy, I do dibble and dab in a little
Sure.
bit over the holidays.
You have to.
Yes. And of course, some people would say their favorite things are gifts.
Oh my goodness. I love gift giving, but I don't know about you. I am not the world's best wrapper.
Okay.
But these are a few hacks that we use to make it look a little more elevated.
Okay.
And hopefully not include a mental breakdown while you're getting ready for all of your company.
Yes, I can attest that I have seen like my mom or my sister like night before, okay, we got to finish all the gifts because they go in. Their gifts are pretty perfect. So I'm excited to see your hacks today.
Yeah, of course. Well, let's start with a few basics. Obviously, you need some good scissors, some tape. We have some fun things here that we like using. This, I don't know if you've seen this, it slips over your wrapping paper.
Okay.
And it has a little blade here so you can just slide and get a perfect cut.
That's smart. No, I have
Isn't
not
that
seen
nice?
that.
I know. So you're not fussing with all of the scissors and going the wrong way. It just perfectly cuts. The other thing that's really a cool hack, this is a clamp. So if you are trying to wrap your presents on your own and not getting an assistant in like I have with you today, you didn't know you were going to be an assistant, did you?
I'm down.
This gives you kind of an extra hand. You just clamp it onto the table and you can pull your tape off, no problem.
I love that because you're moving and you're trying to do big gifts and little gifts. So you could even probably clip that to your pants.
You sure could.
Look at that. Bam.
Now you look very
around.
official. You might get hired at like the department stores with that going on. So, and then if you're really advanced, we have double stick tape, which we'll talk about here in just a second.
Okay.
But that's kind of your arsenal of weapons, so to speak.
Okay, that's not bad for the materials. Okay,
Yeah,
the basics.
pretty basic.
Okay, so when it comes to wrapping, there's a way that you know how to fold it to get a card in?
That's right. So I have an example here of it completely finished. And you'll see here, this is actually the grid for wrapping paper that you see on the back to help you cut better sides.
Yeah.
But it also kind of looks like a fun little design. So it just depends on your artistic preferences. But I'm going to show you how to do that with this gift right here.
Okay.
So I just have a very normal sized box, by the way. Maybe hang on to some of those boxes now. Now is the time. If you're looking for an easy thing to wrap, save your boxes. So I'm going to put you to work here and just have you grab tape for me if you don't mind. And I'll just have one small piece of tape here to secure it to the actual box. And here we go. Just tape that down so it's not moving on you. And this is so easy, you guys. You're not going to believe this. You literally just pull this up, leave about an inch and a half extra, and you can either fold it up if you want it to look like this one here that we showed you before. I like it to be uniform overall, so I'm just going to fold it down before I stick it together here. And just for our time's sake today, I won't show you how to do the edges here, but look how easy that is. You just fold your edges in, tape the sides, and then you've got this cute little pocket.
Yes, it is. Super cute. Put that there. And if I can add to the hack,
Yes,
what I
please.
love, and this takes 2 seconds. On the side, all you have to do is you just push them both down like this, and then you fold the edges. You fold one in on that side just to keep it real crisp and nice. And look, you just
Wait,
put
you've
that
done
down.
this before, girl.
You know, just a few times. I've been properly trained. As I told you, my mom is a good gift wrapper. And then over here, and you just got to be a little gentle depending on how thick the paper is. But once you get those two down, then you fold it up. And look, it's seamless. And then you have a beautiful edged wrap. Yay!
And I think this is just a perfect time to suggest taking your girlfriends. Have you ever had a wrapping party?
No, but that sounds great.
You know, we all have different strengths. You are way more detail oriented than I am. Obviously, look at this trick, how perfect it is. It looks beautiful, like it was professionally wrapped. But have a party with your girlfriends and then see who comes up with what. It's a lot more fun to wrap together.
It is, I agree.
I know. And then these are just some fun little pieces you could get. You could stick these in it to make it a little festive. You can put your card, a gift card maybe.
Yes.
But, you know, it's endless.
To put that in there. Okay, so a hard type of gift that people are probably like, let me just get a bag, is a round gift.
That's
but
right.
you're going to show how we can do it in a round way.
Yes, so this is just a little candle in here that I pre-wrapped for us. I have an example of how big you want to cut here. So you just want to measure a little bit higher than the candle actually is, about 1.5 inches. And this is all you need. It's a really tiny piece. And instead of putting it in a box, it's just kind of fun to add some dimension.
Yes.
So all you do is actually cut a slit around here, just every couple inches, and that allows you just to fold it in. And you don't have to be too much of a perfectionist for this part.
Yeah.
I know that might hurt some of our viewers to hear, but you can just fold this right on in, nice and snug. And then you place your tape. Can I have my tape assistant again, please? Are you going to come home with me to do this? This is way easier. And if you'll just place the tape right there, this is where you get fun with ribbons. And you can just throw a ribbon on top. Nobody's going to see underneath. Look how cute this looks. Let's shove one more piece of tape in there.
Absolutely.
And if you wanted to get fancy, you could do double stick here so you're not seeing that. But this one has enough volume that, look how fun.
Oh, I love that.
Kind of looks like my hair today, to be honest.
Good little bouncing curls.
That's right. But isn't that so fun? That's way more fun than a square box.
I agree. Okay, you're changing my mind because on some items, I'm like, let me just get a bag.
Yeah, of course. But you don't have to anymore.
Yes. Okay. And then I just want to highlight this beautiful packaging here that has slots, like you said, for a little bit of maybe garland, a little fruit, but also the card.
This is for the person who wants to kind of maybe one-up your siblings and get your mom a really impressive gift. This is actually all done with one piece of tape.
Wow,
However,
really?
There's a catch. You've got to go to our Instagram to see the step-by-step. It takes a little more time than we have to show you today. But it is very impressive, and even I can do it, so you know it's easy.
I like that. Okay, so in order to master this look, guys, you have to go to their Instagram account. What is it?
The CityMoms.
At the CityMoms. Okay, well, thank you so much, Sarah, for your hacks today.
Yeah, thank you for your help. You're really good at this.
So fun. And if you'd like more information about the City Moms, you can head over to their website. They have all types of vlogs and blogs and information about how you can live your best life while you are creating the perfect lifestyle. Also, don't forget to check them out on Instagram, and I'll see you after the break.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
Hi, I'm Jessica Williams, host of Living Local 15, covering food, fashion, and everything fun in Northeast Indiana. Watch weekday mornings at 9 as we explore the community and I introduce you to some of my new favorite places. Where will I go next? Well, you'll have to watch and see, but I want to know, where do you recommend I go?
Watch Living Local 15 with Jessica Williams, weekdays at 9 on WANE 15, and catch past episodes on WANE.com.
Do you want to know the best places to go to eat and drink around Northeast Indiana? Well, join me, Jessica Williams, for Living Local 15, weekdays at 9 a.m. as I take you inside of the best restaurants, new and old, explore their menu, and of course, mix up some cocktails. Where will I go next? Well, you'll have to watch and see, but I want to know, where do you recommend I go?
Keep up with Jessica Williams on Living Local 15, weekdays at 9. Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group. Go to the Living Local 15 page on WANE.com for recipes from the show, to watch a segment again, and to get information on products and services featured on Living Local 15. Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.